Hello there, I am Bolanle Udureku Ayola, and here is your Wells Television Daily News Updates for today, the 22nd of October 2025. President Bola Tinubu has formally written to the Senate requesting the screening and confirmation of Bernard Mohammed Doro from Plateau State as a Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The nomination comes after Nentawe Yilwatda, the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, was elected National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress in July. Doro, born on January 23, 1969 in Kwall, Bassa local government area of Plateau State, boasts over 20 years' experience spanning clinical practice, pharmaceutical management and community engagement, both in the UK and Nigeria. His academic credentials include degrees in pharmacy and law, an MBA focused on IT-driven business strategy, and a master's in advanced clinical practice. The Senate President has referred the nomination to the Committee of the Whole, which will report back as soon as practicable. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate a $460 million loan obtained from China to fund the installation of a CCTV project in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The motion, sponsored by Honorable Amobioga, notes that despite the large sum borrowed, the CCTV infrastructure is reportedly not delivering the expected security benefits to residents. According to the details of the loan, which was originally secured in 2010, with repayments expected over 10 years following a 10-year grace period, the contract awarded to Chinese firm ZTE Communications says despite all of this, the system is not fully functional according to lawmakers. This resolution is calling for transparency on how the funds were spent, the status of the project's implementation, and whether Nigerians got value for the loan. Earlier legal actions had already compelled the government to account for the spending. This move is seen as part of a wider scrutiny of Chinese loans to Nigeria and the accountability around such large-scale infrastructure contracts. In education, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has suspended its 2-week warning strike that began on October 13, 2025. At a press conference in Abuja, ASU President Professor Chris Piuna announced the suspension after renewed commitments from the federal government of Nigeria and the National Assembly to begin work on the union's outstanding demands. The academics say they will allow 1 month for concrete actions on calls, including the review of the 2009 ASU federal government agreement, payment of outstanding earned allowances and salaries, and the disbursement of the University Revitalization Fund. ASU warned that if no significant progress is made during the 1-month window, the industrial action will resume immediately without further notice. As Parliament gets involved, the Senate has also intervened, with the chairman of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund pledging negotiations involving ASU, the Ministry of Education, and the National Universities Commission, NUC. A devastating explosion of a fuel tanker along the Bida-Badegi-Agay Road in Niger State has left at least 39 people dead and over 60 injured, many with severe burns. The incident occurred at around 3:45 p.m. yesterday in the Kacha local government area when a gasoline-laden truck overturned and locals approached the scene to collect spilled fuel before the blast erupted. Authorities emphasized that such practices, such as scooping fuel from overturned tankers, are extremely dangerous and have been the cause of multiple fatal incidents in the state. With road conditions cited as a contributing factor, the incident highlights the recurring risk in areas where heavily laden fuel trucks ply poorly maintained roads. Emergency services are treating the injured at nearby hospitals. Also, the state governor has expressed deep sorrow over the loss of lives and reiterated calls for the public to avoid scavenging from accident scenes. On the foreign scene, police in Uganda are now reporting 46 fatalities, down from an earlier figure of 63 following a serious crash involving 2 buses and 2 other vehicles on the Kampala to Gulu highway near Kiriadongo. The collision occurred shortly after midnight when both buses attempted overtaking maneuvers and collided head-on, according to authorities. Among the wreckage, many victims were initially recorded as fatalities but later found alive, although unconscious, prompting the revision. Injured passengers are now being treated at a nearby government hospital, while safety experts are highlighting dangerous overtaking and speeding as major contributors to Uganda's mountain road crash toll. In sports, Nigeria and the People's Republic of China are set to deepen their sports ties with the launch of the 2025 Chinese Ambassador Cup Wushu Championship, signaling expanded cultural and athletic collaboration. Chinese officials, including the embassy's cultural counselor, expressed regret over past visa complications that forced Nigeria's withdrawal from a major event in China, and emphasized a renewed commitment to training, athlete exchanges, and sports infrastructure support. Nigeria's sports authorities welcomed the initiative, citing it as a strategic move that ties into broader diplomacy and people-to-people exchanges between the two countries. And that's it on the Wells Television Daily News Updates for today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wells Television and like our Facebook page at Wells Television. Thank you for watching. God bless you.